Hello, and if you're new here, my name is Leah, and this is my channel, Leah DeLion Art. Please consider liking and subscribing as it gets more eyes on my art and helps my small business. Hello, and welcome to my February vlog. I'm gonna address the elephant in the room. I sound horrible. I'm sick. I had to take a sick day off of work yesterday, and I should have taken one today because I feel like a dumpster fire. But I have some sinus jazz happening, and probably gonna sound like this for 2 more weeks. So I'm just getting that out of the way. I sound terrible. We kicked it off with Jesse's parents taking us to go see a musical at the Benedum Theater in downtown Pittsburgh. It is absolutely gorgeous inside. Like, I never wanted to leave. I probably could have spent more time looking at the theater than watching the play. It snowed last night. I wasn't expecting it. It's not even 7 a.m. and everything is covered. On this night, my friend Jules and I went out for dinner at Noodlehead, which is a local noodle shop here in Pittsburgh. It's super popular. The food is so good. She and I have been here together more than anyone else, so that's our like little thing. And then afterwards, we went to a coworker's house for a wig party, and she made this incredible charcuterie board. This party was so much fun. So we all got wig caps on and then traded wigs, like a white elephant gift exchange, so you didn't know what you were opening, and it was honestly so funny. We all had a blast. My coworkers are a really good group. We all get along so well and love to have fun together, which was really needed, especially in the middle of winter. So yeah, we all had so much fun at this and laughed like crazy. I think I lost my voice from how hard I laughed, and it was a nice way to break up the monotony of the week. Here I am getting my prints ready for a wholesale order. This is one of the places locally that buys from me. They've bought from me multiple times. They like to buy art prints. They do really well in the shop, so I always like to get them together and form this little assembly line. It is kind of a lot of work to get my prints together, especially since I make every single print. But this is kind of my process. I put backing boards, a business card, and then signed prints into each of these plastic sleeves. This way everything is retail ready. Putting prints together can be a really tedious and time-consuming task. This kind of gives you a look into it. I sign all my prints and then lay them out so that the ink can dry. And I've got my little assembly line here, and this just shows what my desk looks like. It's a pretty big desk, but still there's never enough room for everything that I need, like my coffee and my candle and all of my little supplies. But it is really cool to see all of my art stacked up like this. I think if I saw this a year or two ago, I would be astounded at the fact that shops like to buy my art and want to buy this much art and that it sells. So yeah, I'm forever grateful that I'm doing this. I'll talk about it a little bit later in this video, but I'm also packaging prints for something that I'm doing in DC. So on top of wholesale, I had this whole other massive order to get out. So it was just kind of everything at once. I was absolutely slammed this week. I just came home from work and started working on these orders right away, just because the sheer amount of volume of things that I had to get out within a time frame. So that was very stressful. I was definitely overwhelmed, but once it was done, I felt very accomplished and super relieved. Here I'm writing SKU codes and prices, and these go on the back of every single product so that these products can be retail ready and go right to the shelves. Something that was a little challenging about getting this order together was that I was selecting which products to send down to the shop. Normally when wholesale buyers buy from me, they know what their customer base likes and they know what kind of products to shop for, whereas this time I am just guessing because I've never been down to the shop before. So I'm just trying to select items that I think are going to do really well and be generally appealing to most customers. Spooky Season and Spooky Pride are prints that most people really like, and they typically sell very well at most of my events. So I think that in DC, these should do just fine. As always, I am incredibly meticulous with my packaging process. I want everything to look perfect. I want customers to pick it up and feel like this is a high quality item and something that they would feel okay spending money on. I certainly think that making your items look and feel high quality always helps them sell because it takes the guesswork out for the customer and makes them less unsure about what they're buying. And of course, my prints are always packed with love. I just finished packing 2 wholesale orders, which is super exciting. It's Thursday night. I am so ready for Friday. I am so ready for this weekend. But Fair, which is the website that I wholesale through, just had their winter market, and I talked about that in the last video, and I was hopeful to get some sales, and I got 3 sales, which is really exciting and honestly better than I thought I was going to do. One was a repeat customer, and I love them and they love me, and my stuff does great in their shop. And then another was a new shop all the way out in Montana, I think, which is so cool, so exciting. And then another one is a new shop here in Pittsburgh, so that's really exciting. I know the owner, and she and I have been talking about this for a while, so I'm really excited about that. Also, if I look really tired, it's because I am. And now I'm gonna relax and play my Switch. Jesse got me a Switch for Christmas at Nintendo. Sponsor me, please. Give me free games. Okay, bye. One of my patients at work taught me how to play dominoes. So then Jesse and I went through this dominoes phase where we were playing like every day. So as I mentioned in my previous vlog, I was selling my art at a local coffee shop. So this is the day I went to pick everything up. I ended up selling about $100 worth of stuff, which was really nice, and here they have the new art up for the next month. I've been making more of a point to get more exercise and focus on my health and wellness, so here's me going for a run with fantastic views in Bloomfield. On this night, Jesse and I went out for a drink with our friends Abby and Matt at a local bar, and on the walk home we saw Farm Cat, who is a neighborhood cat and a little bit of a local legend. We love him, he's a sweetie, so always have to grab some pets. This is a gig Jesse had. My friend lives only a mile away from this bar, so she came over and we had a nice drink and I got to meet her new boyfriend. This friend is also my coworker, and the next day we worked a shift together and we snuck out to grab some lunch. Which was also Super Bowl Sunday, so after my shift, I went home and we had some friends over to watch the game. And then just a few days later, one of my best friends from grad school came out to visit me, so like tradition, we went out for Mexican food and then got some mules, and then we let her dog run around. I actually went with her when we picked up her dog as a puppy, so I've watched her grow up, and she has endless energy. She is my goddaughter, and I love her endlessly. She's like 3 now and is still just as unhinged. He's silly. So yeah, I'm really excited to debrief and talk about everything that went on this month. First thing is I talked about the brew tour in some of my earlier videos, and that was a ton of fun. Cheers.
Not to be that gross, listen, I was only like half clothed making a cheesecake.
It was a lot of work, but it was really fun. Shout out to my friend Evan for organizing it and setting everything up. He is amazing. It was great because it got me out of the house. I got to make a lot of new friends. I got to go to a lot of new breweries and have a lot of really good beers. I love beer. I love IPAs. Apparently most people hate IPAs, but I love them. Yeah, overall it was just a blast, and I'm grateful that I went and had fun, honestly. Sometimes it was slow, but overall it was a blast, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity and the experience that it was. In addition to that, Fair Market was so much fun. It was so exciting to get my wholesale orders out and send my stuff to new shops. Really, really fun. I did my shop update, and that was a blast. I'm really proud of myself because I think this is the first shop update that I've had where I really planned and actually promoted it. One of my New Year's resolutions was to use my mailing list, which I did. And it was really funny because my coworkers were like, "Oh, Leah, we got an email from your art business." So that felt cool, and it was not as scary as I thought it was going to be. I didn't make a ton of sales, but I did get some orders when I did the shop update, so it felt good, and that's kind of how I like to do things. I like to kind of ease into things slowly and make sure that I know what I'm doing so it can get bigger over time, kind of like a soft launch. I did that with my website. I told no one that I launched my website, and I just did it and then figured it out from there. So I kind of like the soft launch, and am glad that my shop update was kind of low-key so that I proved to myself that I was able to plan for it and kind of let it go off without a hitch. So that was a big success. My friends from grad school came to visit me for a weekend, which was a blast. We had such a girls' weekend. It was so wholesome. My one friend lives in Ohio and my other friend lives in Baltimore. So it was really fun to have them both here at the same time. And our other friend, she lives in Pittsburgh, but she came and stayed with us for the whole weekend. It was just a blast. It was so wholesome. And, you know, we all work in healthcare, so we all work weekends. And it is really hard to organize everyone and get your friends together, especially when you're a grown-up with a job. And Jesse reminded me that, you know, it's a rare exception to be able to have a girls' weekend like that and to see your friends and have such a good time. And I'm just so grateful that everything happened and we got to spend that time together because I miss them so much. And one of the friends that came was actually my old roommate, and she lived with me in this house for 3 years. So I think it was so comforting to hear her voice in the house and like have her presence here again. It kind of felt like nothing had ever changed. So I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, there you go. That's perfect. You can take it. Been that bad, but I've been on meds for my skin. I've been on like lockdown. Okay. But oh my god, I miss these little people. Holy shit, it's coming down.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's a lot. Yeah, no, we're gonna have to go pee.
Let's see, what else did I do? Oh man, I'm like losing my voice. Oh, how could I even forget? Another huge thing that I did was I'm selling my art in a brick and mortar store in DC. It's at a shop called Femme Fatale DC, and a while back they did a call for artists, which I applied to. And it's funny because one of my customers at an event back in September was like, "Oh, you should check out this place in DC. Your art style would fit in really well there." So it was kind of fun. It's like one of those, you know, connect the dots thing. And then my best friend actually saw the call for artists and she sent it to me. So I filled it out, sent in my application, and they selected me. I am so grateful that they did, because they are such a cool group. I love the mission of the shop, and I'm just really stoked to be a part of it. So for that, I had to send down a ton of inventory. I think I sent down 300 stickers, 60 keychains, and I want to say 45 art prints, something crazy like that. So that was a ton of work and prepping, a lot of counting, a lot of organizing, and every single thing had to be organized with like a label in the back, a SKU code for checkout. So everything had to be retail ready, prices, you name it. So it was very tedious. It was a lot of work, but it was such a cool feeling when I went and shipped out that big box down to DC. I also ordered some new stuff from Amazon, some displays, and sent it down there. So I was a little nervous that everything, you know, would get there on time. Shout out to my friend Marley Breakstone. She's been one of my friends for, I don't know, 2010, since 2012. One of my very, very best friends, and she is such a supporter of my art. She's a real one. Get yourself a Marley. She let me send down all my stuff to one of her friend's house who has a doorman, so we made sure my packages didn't get stolen, and she took the items down to the shop and set it up with the staff members. So that was so incredible, and they loved my stuff, and they told me within not even 2 weeks, they showed me how much stuff had sold, and it was a pretty good amount. So I'm really happy because the agreement I worked out with them required me to pay for 6 months of rent in the brick and mortar store up front, which was a big upfront cost. It was a calculated risk that I took. Very terrifying. It never gets easier to pay a large sum of money, but I'm feeling good and I think it's promising, so I'm a little less stressed about it. But yeah, I can't wait to go down there and see the shop and, you know, meet everyone. So really cool opportunity. Thank you so much, Femme Fatale DC. So these are some of the sticker designs that I selected to send down to the shop in DC. So all of them already have hang tabs on them so that they can immediately be hung up. I bought pegboard displays to send down there. So they'll hang on the pegboard displays, which makes it easier for customers to interact with the product and pick them up. I think when people are shopping, it is such a huge part of the shopping experience to pick up items and hold them. I know that I shop with my hands and I love to touch stickers and pick them up. So yeah, so I want everyone to be able to interact with my stickers and look at them, and I think this is the easiest way to also display them. They don't take up a ton of space on the displays, and the hooks make it easy to rearrange or put them back. So overall, it's a really easy and great way to display items. And this places the stickers right into people's line of vision, so they see them right away when they walk into the store. You can see all the bags worth of stickers on the right of the screen. My poor printer, too, is working overdrive this weekend just with all of the prints that I was making. I think between my wholesale orders, I probably made close to 60 prints, which really took a long time to make because my printer is definitely not fast. It's kind of old, actually. But yeah, crazy, crazy, crazy. Once all the prints were done, I packaged them in bubble wrap paper and tape so that nothing could budge. I didn't want any bent edges or any crinkles in the prints. And here is some crinkle content for all you ASMR girlies out there. The very last thing I did this month was I got to sneak away to the Baltimore area for a weekend and see my parents and my brother and my soon-to-be 4-year-old niece. And that weekend was so needed. It was so good to see her. She's my best buddy. I love her to pieces. She's just so cute. But yeah, it was so nice. I hadn't seen my brother or my niece in 9 months, so it was just a blast to spend time with my family and have that break and just not think about anything. I wish I could have stayed there for a week because it just is never enough time with her. But it was great seeing them, and overall, I think it was such a great month, very wholesome between my friends and seeing my family. And also the town my brother lives in is super cute and artsy, so I snuck away to this cute coffee shop for an afternoon. So yeah, I'm about to run out of space on my phone. Don't be like me, delete videos and pictures. But yeah, it's been a great month. I have a little downtime, I think, coming up. So I'm just gonna use that on working on my website and just fine-tuning some things and creating some new art. I really want to make some new art prints for my shows this summer. So I'm a little behind on just relaxing and creating, but I have a ton of ideas. So yeah, I'm just gonna really dial in on that and focus on creation, creating, drawing, whatever. You know what I mean. So yeah, we'll see what I come up with, and don't forget to stay tuned for March's vlog. No. I'm so sorry, my voice is getting so hoarse, but I want to get this video done, so please bear with me here. I also got accepted. I can finally talk about it. I got accepted to the National Cannabis Fest in DC this year in 2024. Well, it already is 2024, but in April. So I will be vending at that. I also got accepted to Pride here in Pittsburgh in June. I love Pride. I've done it for the past 2 years. It is such a fun event. It's a blast. I look forward to it every year. And then a local shop is hosting a sticker trade fair, the first ever in the city. So I obviously had to get in on that. So I'm doing those 3 events as of now. I'm still waiting on some other confirmations, but I've sent out lots of applications for new things. So I can't wait. So we'll see what happens, but I'm excited.